Hello, how's it going, YouTube? So it's Monday, January 18th, and we're making Valentine's Day treat bags for my riders that ride in my Lyft. So I got these are all from the Dollar Tree, okay? Dollar Tree is my jam. But look at this. I know it's backwards. I need to get a different camera, but right now all I have is my phone, okay? You're just gonna have to deal. But once I'm out of those, I'm gonna use these because these are Valentines, but they don't say Valentines on there, so yeah. Just a disclaimer. In the background, if you hear like some music, like calming music, it's because my anxiety is really high today and I'm trying to just maintain, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I've got 2 bags of everything, I think, possibly, I don't know, but I got a lot of candy here. So I'm gonna separate these out into piles of chocolate, suckers, and then fruity things, okay? Each bag has this is a good way to get your business out there. Business card, right? Put a business card and then whatever you want to put in there, right? And then whenever I'm done, I got this at Halloween for $1 at Dollar Tree, and it has served its purpose well. It's a bag. It's not big, but of course it's a cat because, you know, I'm a cat Grammy right now. So yeah, and then we'll just talk about stuff, you know, while I'm doing this. But I'm gonna get all this stuff out of these loud packages so there's not a whole lot of noise. Also, if the cat's running around, my grandbaby is nuts, I'm just saying. Okay, so this kitten is already all up in this stuff, y'all. I just don't even know what to do. So everybody gets a business card. Just kind of put that in there. And I try to give everybody 2 pieces of chocolate and something fruity. So I'll give them a now and later, and I have some Airheads. All from the Dollar Tree. And some Nerds. And everybody gets a sucker. Boom. Where did that... He knocked my kitty cat bag over. When I say he does not do anything or make any noise until I turn the camera on, I'm not exaggerating at all. He's lucky he's adorable and I love him because, yeah. What can you do? He's a kitten. They play. So I know my background is like fall-ish and not Valentine's-ish, but that's all I have right now for the time being because I hang it over my window, obviously, and it's bright outside, so the light kind of comes through a little bit. But I have different ones that may block out the light better. I don't know. We'll try it. But right now, I'll have to get my son to change it because he's tall and I am not. And he can attach it behind me to where maybe the sun doesn't come through. You know what I'm saying? So today, that's my background. Sorry, not sorry. So anyways, so I have been, oh my gosh, obsessing over the YouTube drama. I say it's YouTube drama. It's just drama on YouTube. So right now, we are dealing with Trisha Paytas, Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, and Hair by Jay. Which, y'all, if y'all saw the video of this guy and the things he was saying about her, you would be horrified for her. This guy was so cruel to her because she made a video kind of just talking about her experience with him, but she didn't actually say his name or who she was talking about, you know? I don't know. But it's really, really, really messed up what this guy did. Like, really messed up. So that's what I've been watching all the drama channels. What's your favorite drama channel? I can list off the ones I watch daily. Let me tell you. Are you ready for this? You ready? Tell me if you follow these people. So every day, the first video I watch is Def Noodles, and then I see whoever else posted, you know? So every day starts with Def Noodles, every single day. If he ever skips a day, I'm going to be upset because that is part of my daily routine now. Anyways, I follow Spill Sesh, Rich Lux. I follow Jeffree Star, obviously Trisha Paytas. I follow, we're going to put one in here, 2 in here. I follow Shane Dawson, but he's on hiatus, much like me and most of my, well, just about all of my social media. And obviously Dustin Daly and Nick Snyder, I follow them. So many of them. Peter Mon. Let's see, Rich Lux. I follow Rich Lux. There's so many. I'm probably forgetting some, but most of them post just about every day. And I know that, you know, some of those are not actual drama channels, but they are what they talk about a lot. So anyways, I can never be a drama channel just for the fact that people come at them. Like, that's why I had to get rid of Twitter. It's like, if you disagree with anyone on anything, actually on any social media platform, people will come at you and just, and the first thing they say is, well, you're probably this and you're probably that. And I'm like, you don't even know me. How would you know if I'm probably something if you never even had a conversation with me? Like, social media is so toxic. It's so toxic. And like, so I don't follow Twitter. I got rid of Instagram, like, for real. I'm barely back on Facebook. I don't even scroll. I just put whatever I want on there and pretty much log out. Really, kitty? So, anyways, social media is toxic. I can't handle hate, period. I can't do it. But I do enjoy watching drama channels. If that doesn't make any sense, I guess I don't like hate towards me. I mean, I don't like hate towards anyone. I'm just always flabbergasted about what people say. And then I have to remember these people are young compared to me. Most of them are at least 10 to 15, if not more years younger than me. So, and then I used to watch, when she first started coming out, Emily Baker, I used to watch her, but her videos are so long. Like over an hour long, and I just can't. I just can't sit there and listen for an hour about legal stuff that I don't even understand. But, you know, she's a very good channel, and apparently she's very informative, and she knows her stuff. So kudos to her. I can't sit there for hours watching a live stream. And I don't really watch live streams because the reason why I don't like live streams, and I don't even know if I'll ever do one day, but people stop in mid-sentence to answer a comment, and that drives me insane. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're in the middle of a thought, you're in the middle of a sentence, but you're going to stop and say, oh yeah, I understand what you're saying, Marcia. Yeah. And I'm like, finish your sentence. I need to know what you're saying about this, you know? It just, live streams drive me nuts. I don't know if Emily Baker does that or not, but I know some channels that do, and I just totally turned me off to live streams. So if I ever do one, I promise I will not interrupt my sentence to talk to somebody. Maybe if I ever do a live stream, I'll have somebody like sitting next to me watching and maybe writing down the person's name and their question for like maybe at the end. But it just drives me nuts when people are mid-sentence and then they stop to say, well, thank you for your super chat, which I know that's the proper thing to do. It just drives me nuts. Because I don't know about you, but I forget what I'm talking about if I get distracted. So, Kitty, come on, boo. Grammy is making a video for her family to watch later. Hey. 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 He's nuts. I love him. He needs to get down. Let's make your appearance. Hey, say hi. Say, I'm driving my Grammy nuts right now with my intrusion. So anyways, he's down. He got down. So some people ask me, like, Melissa, you buy this candy for your riders. Is it worth it? Let me tell you, my tips have increased a lot since I started giving people candy. It pays for itself. People are like, oh, you're giving me candy? I'm like, yeah, you let me bring you somewhere. You're paying me to bring you somewhere. The least I can do is give you some candy for your flight or whatever, or your day at work, or, you know, whatever you're doing. And the last thing I say to everybody is, I hope it makes your day sweeter. So I get tips, extra tips, from just taking a little time and making treat bags. Go team. One lady gave me $20. She said, go buy some more candy for some more people. I said, well, okay then. And you best bet I did take that $20 and went and bought $20 worth of candy. I sure did. Because that's what she asked me to do with it. So, anywho, yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. It's just, you know, just putting candy in a bag. No big deal. Brings joy to someone. You know, bring some joy to people. Bring some joy to the kittens that won't get off the table. Huh. You just gotta interrupt. You just gotta interrupt. Can't stand it. He cannot stand it. And I promise you, the second I turn the camera off, he's gonna completely ignore me. It happens every time. Every time. So yeah, that's why plus my business cards gets out there to more people when they get a bag of candy. So anyways, so here in Texas in January, you never know what kind of weather you're gonna get, temperature wise especially. So yesterday the temperature got up to, like, I want to say like 70, maybe a little higher. So we turned the air conditioner on last night. Well, you know, during the night it gets cold because it's January, right? So I wake up this morning and my son is getting ready to go to work. I said, why is it so cold in here? I said, is the heater broken? He goes, the heater's not on. What? Turn the heater on. But apparently he's hot-natured like me, so he probably didn't even faze him at all. So anyways, I got up to go turn the heater on. It was 62 degrees in the house. Like, I like coldness, but when you don't have nobody to cuddle with, it gets kind of cold. So needless to say, I turned on the central heat and my little heater that I had bought from Walgreens a while back. And I was toasty. I went back to sleep, obviously. And I was toasty when I got up. So I had to turn the heater off. I left the central heat on, but it's on like 68 degrees. So it's not like it's going to get freezing cold in here. But yeah, I could not believe that the heater wasn't on. So anyways, it's really my life today. Just making these little baggies and watching YouTube drama channels. Like, some days my anxiety is just so bad and I hate it. I hate anxiety. If you suffer, please know you're not alone, and it sucks, and I know it sucks. And I'm here for you. And just know, like, I hear it all the time. I hear it from people all the time. Well, you know, if you have anxiety, that means you're not trusting God. Well, it's not about that. It's about literally waking up in the middle of the night, hyperventilating for no reason, and you don't know why, and your heart's racing all the time. And it's not that you're sitting here thinking dark thoughts. It's just that you cannot control your body doing what it's doing. You can have anxiety without rocking back and forth and crying. You know what I'm saying? I cannot stand when people just say crap like that. It's like, do you even have anxiety? No? Well, then you don't know what you're talking about. Believe me, if I could control, you know, waking up in the middle of the night, hyperventilating, believe me, I would control that. I don't enjoy it. But people always this is another reason why social media is just, You can't say nothing about what you're going through, what you're feeling. It's just irritating to me. It's just, if you don't have the problem that people are talking about, you can't say, because you're not there. You're not in their shoes. It's just irritating. Oh, man. But anyways, just know, if you suffer from anxiety, you're not alone. You're not alone. I had a rough night last night. I don't know what triggered it. I have no idea what my triggers are. That's what makes it even worse. It's like, I don't even know how to prevent this issue, you know. But just waking up out of a dead sleep, just like, you know, have you ever done that before and you don't know what triggered it, and next thing you know, you're just trying to catch your breath and your heart's beating real fast and you're like, oh my God, am I dying? What's going on? How did this happen? Heck if I know. I just live in this body, you know. So anyways, ever since I woke up, I'm just like super anxious, and I know I look calm and collected and whatnot, but if you were living in my body, you would know that is the opposite of what I'm feeling. Seriously. Anxiety is more than just rocking back and forth, freaking out. It's so much more. But I don't take medicine for it because as a pharmacy tech, I can tell you, addiction terrifies me. Addiction to pills especially terrifies me. You know, you see it every day. You see it every month. You see the same people every month. And, you know, God love them. You don't know what they've been through to have to be in this situation. Because I'm pretty sure they didn't wake up one day and be like, you know what? I want to be addicted to medication. So I don't try to pass judgment on people. You know, I don't. I don't know what they've been through. But I will tell you, I've seen addiction just by working in the pharmacy. And it scares me. So don't come at me about not taking medication, because addiction scares me worse than waking up in the middle of the night, you know, hyperventilating, which it doesn't happen every night. And it doesn't even happen on a regular basis. It just happens when it happens. And it just so happened that it happened last night. And I'm just like trying to remain calm. My heart is racing. My heart is feeling like it's beating out of my chest. But what can I do? What can I do? So, anyways, just know you're not alone. I'm here for you. And I'm not going to judge you if you take pills to control your anxiety. I'm not going to judge you. And I'll tell you why. Well, an example of why I'm not going to judge you. You done? Are you done? So I'm going to try to tell the story without giving out any information about this person. I mean, nothing. Okay, so this person, they were approaching retirement. I want to say they were in their maybe early 50s. Okay, they worked their entire life. They worked their butts off their entire life. They had their goals met. They had their home paid for, their vacation home. They had their RV. They had several cars. They had their savings built up. They were getting ready to retire, you know, in about 10 years, right? Just working, hustling their whole life. Okay. Got all their ducks in a row. They had everything. The American dream is what they had, you know. Well, one day, out of the blue, get this, they were driving along the road like any other person would, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, this 18-wheeler just comes right up behind them and totals their car. They lost their spouse in this accident. The 18-wheeler people were uninsured and bankrupt. So when this accident happened, I don't know if insurances can still do this, but they had a cap. You know, insurances have a cap. You can only spend, they'll only pay for so much. Well, not only did they cap out their insurance, but they had to start paying for all these medical bills. They lost all of their savings. Let me just tell you. So they had to bury their spouse. They had to pay for their medical bills. When I say this person's body got messed up in this accident, I'm not joking. Like, I'll go into a little bit more detail without giving you any information about the person. So they had to bury their spouse. They had to, pay for their medical bills. And in order to do that, they went through all of their savings. They had to sell their vacation home, and then they had to sell their home. Because after the cap, medical care doesn't stop when you're this bad off. You need help, They lost everything. All their vehicles, their savings, their retirement. They had to cash in their retirement for medical bills, right? Everything they lost. So finally, I want to say they were in the hospital stay, and then they had to go to a rehab facility. They were in the rehab facility, I want to say, for like 2 years. And it was just a bad situation. And the pain that they suffer on a daily basis is insane. Their back, obviously, their neck, their legs and arms, arthritis set in. Arthritis is so painful, right? So they live with chronic pain every day of their lives out of no fault of their own, and I know you're thinking, why didn't they sue the truck company? Well, they did. And that's how they found out that they were bankrupt and could not help them. Period. Could not help them. What is it? Chapter 11? Is that the one where they're completely bankrupt? Well, yeah, that's what they were. So anyways, the point is that through no fault of their own, they have to live with chronic pain every day of their lives. So I don't like to pass judgment on people when they get their medications every month or whatever, It drives me nuts when people do, working in the pharmacy. It's like, well, not everybody is out to scam people. And, I'm very aware of scammers, but it's just like, I don't know, just being judgmental towards people in pain. It doesn't sit right with me. I guess it's because I have a big heart. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never judge somebody for having to get their medicine filled for anxiety But before anybody comes at me, I do realize that there are laws that need to be followed, and that if it, someone is trying to fill early, whatever the excuse is, there are laws that has to be followed. But I'm just not going to sit there and just assume that they're abusing their medication. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know their situation. So, anyways, but I try to handle anxiety without medication, and it's difficult, but like I said, addiction terrifies me, especially like thinking about being addicted to a medication, and then like when natural disasters happen, like hurricanes, when we get hurricanes and their doctor doesn't come back for 6 months, and it's like, what are they supposed to do, And then, they freak out because they're almost out of their medicine, but they're addicted to their medicine, so they're terrified of withdrawals. And it's like stressful. I don't want to ever have to be dependent on medication. Is the whole gist I'm getting at here. I don't want to have to be dependent on medication. The thought really scares me. Just because life happens and situations happen, and if you run out of your medicine, what are you supposed to do? So, or if your doctor dies. I remember one time, a long time ago, a doctor had passed away, and it was a pain management doctor, and all these people were flipping out. Oh my goodness. That was stressful. So, for that reason right there, I don't ever want to be dependent on medication. But if you are, I'm not going to judge you. Kitty. Okay. We're going to wrap this up because apparently little man's not going to let me have any more conversation. And this video is probably long enough already, so he's just tearing me up. Grammy is not food. Grammy is not food. Grammy is not food. Hey, I'm not food. You have plenty of food over there. You're spoiled. You get wet cat food every day. And treats. And treats. And treats. And how do you repay me? By trying to eat my flesh. Not a good idea. Not a good idea.